Hey scientists, today we're going to talk about taking good notes. All right, why take notes? Well, note-taking has been shown to improve your memory, boost your focus, and your attention span, and be an easy way to go back and find important information. According to science, summarizing what you learned helps you understand and remember the information later. Okay, we recommend kind of a 3-part note-taking process. And if you haven't done this before, it can be kind of confusing, but it's super helpful. So you actually have to go through each source 3 times. Now, the nice part about this is in the first time, if you're not loving the source, you can go on and find a different one. But the first one is you preview the source, which means you go all the way through it first without stopping. So if it's a video, if it's an article, if it's a simulation, you run it through all the way once without doing anything else. And all you are doing is getting familiar with the information at that point. The second time you go through it, that's when you analyze and take notes. So you pause, you find a logical stopping point. So if there's a section in a textbook or at the end of a paragraph or when the scene changes in a video, and you go back and repeat that section as many times as you need until you have all the main information recorded. And then you go through it one more time where you're really using your notes and just reviewing it with the source. So you're checking it over and the resource is just your backup at that point. All right, there are 2 different ways to organize notes. A lot of students choose to do it by topic. A lot of other students choose to do it by source. So let's look at notes by topic. So topic notes have the main ideas on the top, and you have all the details underneath. And you have multiple sources listed, usually at the end of each topic. So an example of what that would look like would be this. Microscope parts is the main idea, base is the detail, and then underneath the base are the other details. And at the very bottom, you have the sources that contributed to that, which are 2 different sources. The other way to do it is notes by source. I actually prefer this method. Sometimes, no, but sometimes I prefer notes by topic. It does depend. So source notes, the source is at the top. The main ideas come next and the details come underneath that. Multiple topics are going to be under one source. And the goal here is to record the new information, but you don't necessarily have to repeat. So if you're always learning about the base, you might not add in a base with every single thing repeated. You might just record the base and then the new information from that source. So here's an example of what that looks like. Introduction to the microscope. Base is the bottom of the microscope. When carrying it, you have one hand here. And then under virtual labs, you learned the new information that it supports the microscope. Okay, either way you pick, notes should always include specific title, short bullet points, 3 to 5 words. They should be your own words, not a copy and paste. Images are great. You should leave out small words, so no a, the, and you should stop repeated words. So if it says microscope, 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 the microscope is the microscope, the microscope, microscope. Shorten it down to 1. Quotes are totally fine. You need to put them in quotation marks. They can be longer. They're super useful for text evidence. These would be something that you would definitely need to copy and paste. You also include definitions if you need to, which means the exact meaning of the word. And you could structure it just like that one, right, where it has that hashtag in between. All right, notes should be organized, and they should be very easy to come back to. Students should be able to complete the project using only their notes. And if you notice, that was my quote. But it's in quotation marks and it's cited, so we know exactly what it is. All right, here's a final tip about notes. Use the question on the resource document. A lot of times we have trouble with what's a main idea and what's a detail. If it's related to the question, it's probably a main idea. So how do scientists use the microscope? Well, they're going to need all those different microscope parts. All right, good luck, scientists.